Interesting day.
Of course, it's a FOMC day.
Yeah, they just did a great flush the toilet down and then right back through the zero prints. It was pretty beautiful.
Oh, we need that sound effect.
Yeah, really. I mean, this one was so obvious and you could see it coming and it happened anyway, right here. Now, let me scoot that over while we're waiting for the actual start time. Yeah, we came up into here and then we had this accumulation. We popped up and made a new high and then this accumulation. And you could just see every time somebody bought, it got sold. And then it just got flushed. And then, so it left the zero prints and then we came right back up and of course filled them in. So, and there's still some up here. We haven't gotten these. I guess we did. Yeah. I've been getting ready to set up for this session. So anyway, I have a couple of comments about the FOMC norms and the patterns that we often see. I am going to talk to that a little bit. Why is this not doing the centering thing?
You're probably
there we go. I was going the wrong way. Yeah.
Got
it. Yeah. Okay. So we're set up for that. That is 1 minute. ZPs. Cool. All right. Everything else should be where it already was. Yeah. All right. Hey, Summer. Hey, Jeff. Welcome. Come on in. Oh, we'll get started in a few more minutes. I'm going to have a couple things to say, but I'm going to say them as we get closer to the top of the hour when the decision comes out. And then, as usual, there's a gap until the press conference. And while it prices that in, we can also talk about a couple of things. But I made a note. There's 3 patterns that we typically see on FOMC day. And I'll repeat this again at the top of the hour, closer to the top of the hour. But one of them is that it gets quiet up right before the announcement. And it's anything but quiet right now. So it's quieting down, but it's still, we've had some really big sweeps in both directions and a lot of aggression. And the other 2, we probably will see. But the double break day on the initial balance, double break of the initial balance on FOMC day, we already got that. Broke that side, then it broke the other side. And that's really common on FOMC day. It does that like way more than half the time. And then the other pattern is the one where whatever happens today, assuming something happens, one way or the other, once we see the announcement, it tends to reverse tomorrow. That just, whatever it is. If we have a big up day, it should reverse. And if we have a big down day, that's just historically, all 3 of those things are true. But the one about quieting down right before the announcement, we are not seeing. I mean, this is by quieting down, normally the range would get down to maybe, 2-3 points. And it's 10, in the last few minutes. And that, in a day that, shucks, what are we at? We have a pretty good size range now. 48-point range. And, we're doing like 10, 15 points of it, back and forth right now, which is just really unusual this close to normally everybody just gets out of the way and kind of, waits for the number. And then if they want to, throw some big numbers at the tape, they do. Doing it here, it's basically larger players swapping spit. and you can just see that in the aggression. We get up real aggressively, we come down real aggressively, and we're doing it totally around the passive liquidity. I mean, it's going to those like a perfect magnet in both directions, which that part is classic. It's just this range is much bigger than usual. But, given the geopolitical situation, that's not surprising. It's just statistically unusual. Oh yeah, well, the statistics for the range breaks, the IB range breaks, apply primarily to ES. Summer, MNQ and NQ are great instruments for momentum and whatnot, but structurally, because they trade so thin, they tend to trade over ranges rather than So the initial balance is just much looser by definition, because the liquidity is so much thinner. That's why, and I am going to do a live session, one of my live sessions this week. Maybe we'll do it Friday morning after NFP when we go to our regular live session for TRG. I want to talk about it, and I noticed somewhere on my screen I've added the NQ dome on the other side of my liquidity for ES here, because the topic that I keep threatening to teach, and I will, is if you use the ES liquidity to kind of game your NQ entries, it can make them real precise. That in in addition to letting NQ come to you that I always talk about. But so anyway, I set the screen up so that we could see that, because it's actually been a really good trade to fade the ES fade trades over in MNQ. It's been really profitable because MNQ tends to overreact and then snap back in. That gives you more opportunity if you catch a good entry. So you don't like that visual, huh? That actually comes from the pit, Charles. The locals that trade in the pit, if you've ever seen videos of it or pictures of it, are so close together. When the tape got really going, it would get really loud in the pit, and they couldn't hear each other. So they would get closer together so they could hear and get aggressive and get in each other's faces to get the trades filled. And so that literally was the expression, that the big boys are swapping spit, and that would just make the price go back and forth. So, that's where that comes from, in case you were wondering. Anyway, got about 10 more minutes till we get the announcement. I'll tell you what, JVC, let's do kind of your intro right before mine at about 5 minutes to the hour. How's that?
Sounds good.
And I'll repeat what I was saying about the patterns real fast, and then what we're going to see. And there's actually two events that are coming up. The first one's the announcement, and all of the bots will digest that real fast, and we'll see a bunch of price discovery as it gets priced in. And then the second event is the press conference where, everyone kind of, what color tie is Powell wearing and what kind of knot did he tie and all that nonsense. So, and then there's some more volatility. It usually picks up again. So we should have two opportunities to play this game, or at least watch the game being played if we choose not to trade it. Okay, now the range is finally quieting down to what it usually does before the announcement. But boy, it waited a long time to do it. This is very typical, where it just goes a couple of ticks at a time and the liquidity tightens way up. It gets to within, the 4-tick dance, the normal, 4 to 12 ticks that ES just naturally goes back and forth no matter what it's doing, ebb and flow. That's usually what we should be seeing. But one of the things I mentioned a minute ago is that up until right now had not been true. And actually it looks like we're going to pop through the liquidity again here. Look at that. So that traders are this aggressive, this close to the number is just unusual. But, there's a lot of unusual price action going on in the market. So get used to it. Adapt, improvise, overcome. Good job, Summer. Awesome. Yeah, I've been scalping. I posted one of my P&Ls in the pit. I've been scalping this and doing well with it, just taking $50, $100 bills out at a time. It's been a good environment for that. It was the normal rangy stuff until we had that kind of breakdown early in the morning. Let me kind of blow this up and let's look at that real fast. It was doing the normal rangy stuff, and then we got really aggressive for a few minutes. And when it finally put in that high volume reversal down at the low, it was a really nice run. And I remember I was on the phone with a friend of mine, and I remember saying, double breaks are really likely to on FOMC days, and we're going up with so much momentum. I wouldn't be shocked if we got up here in the next hour or two. And as we were talking, it just took a few minutes and just boom, we took out the other end. And these were not that close together. That's a 30-point initial balance. So anyway, interesting times. I'm going to spread these out a bit just so we can watch the 1 minute action here. Okay. Could I please remind what my ES jigsaw settings are? On what though? There's a lot of different pieces of jigsaw that are up right now. You talking about on the liquidity map, the auction vista map, or where else? Because my workspaces are saved in the pit. So yeah, liquidity is on 5 seconds and 2 right now. When I make it bigger, sometimes I'll take it up to 3 or whatever to make the bars bigger. But right now, these are 5-second bars, then 3, and then I'm doing. I think I've got. I tune the circles in and out depending on the activity. I think we're on 3 for circles right now. So that's the traded volume. But again, my workspaces are in the pit, and they're relatively current. The stuff at the bottom is the flip chart with, I believe, 5 levels, and then the bottom's just volume. Let me check the flip chart setting for you. I don't remember if that's 5 or 3. I think it is 5. Yeah, it's on 5. Okay, so looks like I see a name or two that I haven't seen in a while, but I think I recognize almost all the names, so we probably don't have to be too formal, Mr. JVC.
No problem.
Probably have some people that are just going to watch the recording. I looked at the registrations, and there was maybe half a dozen that I totally didn't recognize, but none of those are in here at the moment. So,
yep, probably just want the recording. No problem.
Okay. Yours looks less dense. Are you buying full depth, Charles? If you're on one of the eval or prop firm accounts and you're not paying for full depth, it will look a lot different because you'll only be seeing the inside bid and ask volume and liquidity. That could be what it is. This one is running on one of my cash accounts, and it's running behind the dome you're seeing that doesn't show the liquidity. I've shown this a few times, but let me show it again real fast here. So this is a dome in one of my cash accounts, and it's the one that's got the liquidity on it. You can see all the detail for 100 levels in either direction, and that's what's producing the Auction Vista heat map. So that's the one that, here, I'll blow the whole thing up here. You can see it'll give it a second to repopulate. And oh shoot, that's moved over to another monitor. We didn't want that to happen. So, all right, it doesn't want to do this while Zoom's running. But anyway, so that's the one that's producing that. And then what I'm doing is I'm running another dome in front of it for a different account. And in fact, let me cover that real quick. We're about 7 minutes out. So I am trading in a few different accounts here, both funded and eval and cash, and some are copying and some aren't. So depending on the action, I'll either trade in ES or in the micros. And in all cases, might trade the NQ micros, in which case you'll see this dome come up or this trade window come up at the bottom over here. The ones on the left are NQ. The ones on the right are ES. I'm talking about the domes. So that's NQ, MNQ. This is ES. This is MES. And then I've got tapes for both and fast footprints for both. Then my usual 15-second LRCs to see the short-term range. And of course, that's all 4 indexes. The bottom 2 are RTY and YM. And then we're watching the short-term ranges here. And that's a TPO view. So that's everything you're looking at. Okay, let's see. What else did I want to tell you guys? All right, real quick, let me just mention the pattern stuff. Normally, there's 3 things that normally happen on FOMC day. Number 1, it normally gets really quiet by now, and it's not. We still have like that. Look at that. We just had a sweep from 79.50 to 83 and back in 1 5-second bar. I mean, this is crazy for right before, that people are putting that much size up and getting spooked out of their trades at the same time, and we're seeing both. So anyway, that's unusual. It should quiet down more, but whatever. Number 2 is there's usually a double break on FOMC day. We already got it. In other words, breaking both sides of the initial balance, which are the blue lines. And actually, we're kind of bullishly set up, sitting here right on the top of the IB. It's the IB high. And then the last thing, again, just to repeat, normally whatever happens today as the reaction, quote unquote, air quotes, whatever that reaction is, usually will reverse tomorrow. That's a really common pattern, particularly if there's some really big reaction today, like, the Fed surprises and, raises by a point or something. And, and we drop 5,000 points, whatever. That's the kind of thing that generally reverts back to more or less where it started. So the other thing, just to get clear really fast here before the announcement comes out, this is a very specific type of trading setup that you should only do if you have a great deal of experience on a good fast connection and and you can afford to take some risk because what we are doing by trading around an economic number like this and a press conference a half an hour later is we're trying to get asymmetric entries to extreme trades. Like, for example, if it pushed up and took out the high and then sellers came in, that's a golden spot to look for a short. It might not happen right at the high. It might happen 10 points higher. It might be 20 points higher, but at some point, it'll be high enough. And then, the VWAP is all the way back at 66. So odds are we'll trade some direction back to it, and that'll be a really good scalp. That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. It's nothing about levels. The price levels, not only are they irrelevant, they're negatively relevant. In other words, if you think a price level is going to hold, you will be wrong. So for example, let's say we run up and put a big fat whole number in play, 4,200. There'll be 1 million people that'll sell that just because it's 4,200. And just because of that, we will overrun it. If we get up there, and we might go to 05 or 02, just to take out the guys who sold 99 and 00. So these are really common behaviors, running over retail traders with momentum. So if you're patient, there's often some really good opportunities. Boy, look at this push up. This is, all of a sudden we're in the low 90s again. There's liquidity up here, but the announcement's coming in 3 minutes, so shorting this and fading this up here would be really dangerous. It could easily get up here that's where 00 is up there. And then this is 95 right here. So, that's why the price levels are just meaningless. You've got to watch the momentum. And the idea here, again, is to look for a spot to fade it. And did we get the number? No, everyone's just, wow, it looks like they already got some stops here. I'm watching to
Somebody knows something or thinks they do.
Yeah, you remember what happens is that the announcement comes out and then everybody feeds it into their scanners to look for keywords. Yep. And, so oftentimes this happens kind of right before. This is, maybe people getting out of the way. Maybe somebody already knows something, who knows? Sometimes the high frequency guys are playing these games. This was a pretty good move right up to 95. Look at that. It hit the liquidity at 95 and a quarter, and now we're back at 87. So that's exactly what I mean. If you're nimble, and when you see absorption like that, you jump in, that's cool. I'm not going to try to do anything with it until the top of the hour at least. Normally it's pretty crazy for a few minutes, and trying to catch the first move is really stupid. So I'm not going to do that. Here we go. That's going again. And unless my feed is delayed, I still don't see an announcement. And we should be right on. I don't know if that's synced. Let's sync the clock real fast. Okay, it says it is. So we're about to get the number in 30 seconds. So yeah, somebody thinks they know something, or that was just, a big giant chunk of stops or something. Who knows? It started as stops and zero prints. Look at that. And then it just ran right over those. So anyway, again, so that's the story. That's what we're going to be doing. If you have any questions, stick them in the chat. JVC will kind of be co-hosting here, so he'll try to get them to my attention at the right time, and I'll see if I can't answer them. I'm going to just try to focus on, getting some good trades, but, sometimes you have to wait 45 minutes before a good setup shows up on this day. So here we go. We're going up again. Okay, and the number is out. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter. It's the reaction we're concerned with. Whoa, look at that. That was a 20-point high volume reversal. Points, not ticks, points, guys. We reversed from big fat whole number down to 80, and now we're going lower. Okay, this is a really, really interesting. This is going to be fun. Okay, we need an extreme. We either need to revisit the highs or revisit the lows. And I wouldn't be shocked if we got another shot at the highs here. See it pushing up. I'm going to try to get one up there, maybe at big fat whole number right around it. It didn't get filled. It was too fast. You can see it traded above me, but I didn't get the order in quick enough. Let me see if this one fills. Okay, I'm going to take that tight bracket off. Okay, boy, that one filled, and I immediately got an 8-tick profit. So I'm going to take my bracket. I'm just going to use a really wide bracket just so it doesn't run me over completely here. Okay, so I just grabbed another one there, and now I've got a nice runner going. $100 bill. Wow, this is crazy, but two nice profitable trades. We're above 4,200 now, and it's trading back and forth very fast. So I'd love to get short on the pushes up, but I need to be able to do that. And I don't want to park a limit order because it's just running over price levels. So like the next level in play here is probably 10. We're at 6 right now. So, you can't kind of predict how high it's going to go. You got to just kind of look for a bunch of volume, like right here might be a good spot, and see if we can catch up 3-4 points back the other way. And we got them. Whoa, that's fun. Let me cancel that. And all right. So I know these are really, really fast, guys, but I'm using a bracket that's giving me about, I'm setting it for about 12 ticks right away. And that last one I got filled instantly. So maybe I'll just take the brackets off completely so we can see what's going on better. All right, so anywhere up here again, maybe 10 could be interesting. So I'm going to get ready to just hit the bid and try to sell this. And let's see here. I'm going to try to do it with a couple of them. Let that one come down. Wow, that was $150 instantly in that on a one lot. I mean, just trading off of these little baby absorptions. So let's see here. I'm going to real quickly, I want to be able to show you guys how we're doing, but I don't want to get all the other accounts. So let's just bring out one account that we're trading right now and see. Okay. There we go. That should work. All right. So I still like that up there, but I don't like it here in the middle where it's moving around, 10 points at a time. We've got about $500 here in the bank so far, just since this nonsense started. Again, I don't want to stick my neck out unless we're, playing up here where it's asymmetric. Again, that's the key to this whole game. Now, like right there would be a decent spot because there's a little baby high volume node there. So, if it came up there, that's 95, but it could go 10 points above that, and it's coming up fast. So you got to be careful and, go for the reversals instead of trying to pick prices. And this could be one forming right here. It looks like it. Yeah, let's see if we can get another. Let's go for 150 this time, but I'll take 100 if it comes down quick and bounces. Whoa, we're going the other way. Okay. Might need to add another one here. And that'll work for that. Okay, I'm going to get this first one off fairly quick because I think we could hit 10 again, and it's running that way. Are we having fun yet? All right, let's see. Absorption. Yeah, there's a bit right there. Didn't get filled. Damn it. Tried to get another one there, and I didn't get filled. Now I got filled on my first one. Let's just see if we can get around $200 on these guys, these two. You know what? Let's go for 150. It's getting bought again. I'm going to try to sell one more further up. And I'm just going to take the market up here. My bids are not getting filled sometimes. So. Okay, that looks like a good spot. Jesus, we are moving really fast here, guys. That one filled instantly. I didn't even have time to manage it. And there we go. Is there another sweep down? That's good. That should get us into a good spot, but I like it up here better still. All right, so what I'm trying to do is fade all of this extension up here because the odds that it's going to get above that for any length of time are pretty low. So far this is working really well. I'm just taking profits really fast, so you might be missing it. Right now I'm short 2 again from about 96 here, and it's going up. That's good. Okay, let's see if we can get another one on this. We'd really like to get it up at about 10, but that's going to take a lot of heat to get up there, which I think is okay at the moment. Let's see. Okay. So go to the market here. All right. 95 has been a good inflection. Okay. If you have questions, put them in the chat. I won't get to them right away because I'm pretty focused on what's going on here. This absorption is happening over a 30 handle range, so it's really hard to keep track of all of it. But so far, I think I am okay, making some good money here. This is getting bought right now. Will they absorb it? No. We can push up a bit more. Looks like it. Nope. Now they're selling hard there. Wow. Both ways. Crazy fun stuff. All right, here we go. Now it's coming. All right, let's start taking profits. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Okay, that was 262. Excuse me. Yeah, 262. More. So anyway, here's our trades so far. Let's see. Whoops, I'm sorry. That's not filtered completely. Let me filter out everything but what we just did so you guys can see it. And that's that. Okay, there we go. So yeah, there's one little these two trades right before at the bottom, the loser down there for $25. That was before we started the live session. I was just testing my connection. So we're at $575 before commissions and haven't used too many contracts. So this is only about $35 in commissions or so. So anyway, let's see if we can make some more. But I love this kind of trading, but you have to really have the number one, the experience to be comfortable with it. And number two, have an account. You can either do it with micros or where you can, manage the kind of risk you have to take. And those are important things. But the skill you want to try to learn to do this is being able to, as you're watching, this aggression back and forth, you kind of add up the aggression in your head. You can't rely on any sort of footprint tool or anything. All of the tools on my screen are useful for getting an idea what's happening at any given moment. But to correctly kind of call the absorptions one way or the other, you really have to be adding it up in your head in summary. And it takes some time to get good at that. Like, why, when we were pushing up so strongly, did I short into that so aggressively? And why was I willing to take $1,000 of heat? Well, we're actually 20 points further down. I took profits even faster than I should have. Again, it's just because that pattern of what you see on FOMC days, it's really unlikely that we would just take off to the upside. All of that energy we were seeing was running into stops, and that was, what was causing the big pushes. Look at the candles or the wicks up here at the top of these are 1 minute bars, and we've got wicks here's one from 4,200 all the way up to 775, a 7 handle wick. That's the market's way of telling you that that's too far. And sure, you can also look at the structure, and a little harder to read that under these conditions, in my view. This is the 1 minute. Whoops, I didn't want that one. I wanted to get the 30 minute. Let me do that real fast here. I'm getting confused about what I have in front of me. Hang on. And again, this is the time of day, or this announcement. Between the announcement and the press conference, I tend not to do anything. So that's why I'm kind of using this time to explain, because we're going to get another burst of energy in this in about 15, 20 minutes. And I want to be prepared for that and take a little mental break. So let's see, what am I looking for here? 30 minute, the 30 minute footprint. Okay, so you can see some of what I'm seeing in the short term, like what I just showed you on the wicks. You can see some of that on the footprint, like both of these. This was where the wicks would have been. That was pretty clean up there. It's just harder to read quickly for me. I'm real good with the geometry over, looking at numbers. Like, this, when you look at it this way, it's really obvious that, that's a decent low risk place. And then when we retested it in here, that was too. Ooh, and we're headed back up there. Let's get ready to play that again. So just in case. So anyway, I will try to address whatever questions there might be in just a second here. And just want to put the zero prints back up so we can keep an eye on that. Zero prints are really good for just seeing aggression. Like, there's a couple of leftover ones right here that we're about to, or we just took out rather, we just filled them back in. So that's, that's a useful thing to see. Okay. Okay, we did that. What kinds of traders are even active? Yeah, that's the thing, George. Usually big traders aren't, but clearly they were. The volume, this isn't retail that's pushing, 100 lots back and forth. Some of these are, heck, look at that aggression on that big push down that we just had. That was, in a 15-second bar, that was like 1,300 contracts. Obviously these are reasonably large players. And so I guess the hedgies are starting to speculate again. I'll have to, on the hedge fund call Monday, I'll have to ask the guys if they're seeing more and more of their brethren getting active again. I wouldn't be shocked if they were, but good question. So let's see. Yeah, summer, it makes me happy because it suits my style. This is the kind of stuff I just love because, why? The main reason is really simple. if I'm right or wrong, I know it right away. I don't have to sit there waiting for something to happen. And I have a lot of energy, and I like to get satisfaction quickly. Also, I just learned that sitting in trades is a great way to lose money, because you start using everything you can think of to justify staying in it, and that's a horrible habit. You're much better off just saying, no, I'm wrong, getting out of the way. And anyway, so yeah, this does look like NQ, doesn't it? I hope we get another good inflection point to play here. And the one at the top would be the one I'm looking for. In the middle to the high 90s or the low 4200s would be interesting if we get up there again. Because, we came down here with so much aggression. I mean, it just collapsed, which is what I would expect to happen on any big push up basically in a bear market, which we're in right now, that's been sold off so aggressively for the last couple of weeks. You'd think it would push down. So, but of course, on the way to pushing down, look how many people it can take out. Like that was clearly stops that they got from about 4202 all the way up to about 4207. There was no question about that. It just flew through there. And they just sucked them up. So anyway, let's see. Just looking to see if there's anything structural anywhere that's on any of my other views. This TPO, I've got the TPO view on my main screen now, so you guys can always see it. We did have a poor week high above us. We cleaned that up really nicely, and now we have a pretty symmetrical TPO. So it's, with it, clearly that was extension up there, and that was too high. But again, we're heading back up there. And we saw this a lot today during the regular session where, it was making higher highs with a bit of momentum and, and volume. Here you can see that on the 1 minute. Once that low was put in, the rest of the afternoon the rest of the morning until we got to, the announcement was pretty strong. And we're holding that. This is the IB high right here, and we're holding it. It's right at 4180. So the press conference should be interesting. I'd love for us to get, 10 would be a really interesting spot, or certainly anywhere above 4,200 again, but not right there. We have to get somewhere up into the wicks up here. And I wouldn't be stunned if we went and revisited the other end of the range again at 4,150, but, Powell's tie will have to be, the wrong color or something for that to happen. So, by the way, I've got NQ and RT, or YM and RTY covered up below here, but everything's real well correlated, when it's reacting to news like this. So there's really no reason to watch them. They're pretty much doing what everything else is doing. So we'll leave that one off and just watch the zero prints instead. And we left some zero prints on this current bar above us. So we're heading back that way in a minute. And I think there's still some way up. Yeah, there's at 4,200, there's one, and there's one down at 65. So. And I think there's one from yesterday that's like, let me look at that. I think there was one from yesterday that was way down there somewhere, and it never filled in on the session, but I may be remembering that wrong. Anyway, if I can remember where that was or find it, I'll let you know. So here's what we're going to do next, boys and girls. I'm going to take a little break because it's doing what it should do now, and it's settling down into the press conference. Although look at NQ there. Wow, look at that sweep we just had in NQ. This tape down here is NQ, and this tape up here is ES. That was a crazy sweep. And if you see those and price holds, they're great entries going the other way. And I was watching that and didn't have my dome ready for that, but I want to make sure I do now, because this could be a really interesting long over here in NQ. If you can see, it's holding right at the bottom of the range here, and there's some demand there. We just saw that demand jump in. At the moment, I'm just filtering for 3 or more, which isn't that much volume, but it's the pattern of it, clusters that I'm looking for. A lot of larger traders are breaking their trades up more than they used to. I've got ES filtered to 5 or more here. And as long as I can see, the whole tape for a period of time that I want to see, like this chunk here, I try to go as low as I can. I used to try to put it like at 100 and only wait for those. But traders are rarely putting up, just 100 lots anymore. They're putting up 10 tens instead, much more frequently. So for that reason, I'm breaking that up a little bit more. Anyway, all right, I'm going to take a break, and then we'll come back for the show at the press conference. So if you have any other questions, put them in the chat. We will reconvene. Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to go get coffee, but I will be back certainly by the bottom of the hour, but if not before. So anyway, feel free to discuss anything, JVC. Moderate the room if you would, and I'll be. Oh, we're going to get those zero prints I was just talking about. We're on our way to them right now, and that's also a big delta there. It's actually a big delta both ways, both on 41.85 on the ask side, and then right above it on the sell side. That's pretty funny on the bid. All right, I'll be right back. All the coffee is brewing. I'll come back and see what's going on. These ranges are just stunning. The short-term ranges are still 10 points at least most of the time. Normally, again, it would find value. And so the moral of the story here is we're not finding value. We're still in price discovery. And I expect that during the press conference, but by now, whatever was in the announcement, I would have expected to be priced in. But that doesn't stop people from slinging money at it, which they are clearly doing. It's trading down to the liquidity again. We've seen a lot of that. You can see, and then it's doing that right there. It traded right through it, but it'll, go back and forth there for a bit, maybe trade down to this liquidity, which is right on the VWAP. That should be, roughly value right around 70 here, given this profile and everything else. So that's where I'd kind of expect to hover around. But boy, we were just up here a second ago. It's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking for a trade either way here. There's low volume nodes on either side of us. This is a very dangerous spot to play long or short. Plus, we're getting close to the announcement. So, but that liquidity there is sucking up this spot. So we could see a radical move one way or the other. Probably flush down first, and then maybe they'll jump in and buy it. But we could see them flush the shorts out and go the other way. Just based on what I'm seeing, it looks like it's going to flush down and not up, and it should do it right about now. Let's see. A little bit of nap. Trying to get there. Oh, wow. This is a great spot. It's flush up. Then we'll get a flush down. No, it is holding. Boy, there. Wow. Nice move. All right. Okay, as the coffee brews. I always thought that would be a great name for a morning podcast, As the Coffee Brews.
That's about what it sounds like. That or a soap opera, one or the other.
Yeah. Well, remember in the God movie that Jim Carrey was in, he was trying to coin a phrase. What is that noise?
I do
it's
not
John.
know. Somebody
John
has.
Hayes.
How did you unmute
I
yourself? How does it Zoom? What?
Yeah.
I have it. Oh, that's okay. I had it set to not let people unmute. Weird. Go figure.
Yeah, that's gone off for me a few times, but and I know people, it happens by accident, look at this, look at the both sides in play here, right on this spot. Look at the numbers are massive. Literally, every tick is playing both ways. Oh, I got to see which way. This one looks like it wants to really, it's on this now. This should break to the downside. There it is. All right. Whoa, that was beautiful. That was 5 points. I love it. As I was saying, this should break to the downside. Looking at the last one, it did it, and now it's right back. Oh, these are so fun. All right, I didn't play that one, but I was about to hit the bid on there. Hit the ask on that. But then I heard my coffee doing what it's doing now, and I said, let's wait for the press conference. Let's follow our own suggestions. Okay. And just like that. And the Lord said, let there be caffeine, and there was caffeine. With raw honey and raw cocoa, I must say. Dark roast coffee. One of life's simple pleasures. All right, let's see if we can't make some more money here. Okay, so ideally, the best thing that can happen for us trading the style we're trading is to get back to the extremes. There's a lot of these good setups around the liquidity, like the one we just saw that just puked down to here, and now we actually have another one forming right here. But those can be tricky. As you see, they go one way or the other, and if you can, get on which way they're going to go, you can really clean up. And it is predictable if you learn how to read them, but it's volatile, so sometimes it happens very fast and it reverses. So those are certainly tradable, but a much more advanced skill than the asymmetric fading of an extension of the range at the extremes. That's what I'd really like to see more of. And it doesn't matter which end of the range it's at, the bottom, the top. Again, we're fading the fact that we got that far, and the odds that it will continue are low unless it just goes, in which case you go the other way around, you join it. But boy, look at we're just playing the 8-point liquidity bounce here between 65 and 72. Literally this is that swapping spit again. This is large traders playing handball with each other. How's that? Is that better? Just boom, 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 boom. It's these are big chunks going back and forth, and in general, price is holding the range, but the range is huge. That's the thing. All right, the press conference starts at the bottom of the hour. I see what the numbers are and the announcement. There's nothing really unusual in there. Let's see. You live in a legal state, though. Oh, we're talking about something different now.
Oh, that was me and Summer having a sidebar conversation, and she went public.
Oh, well, that's all right. No, I'm a big fan. I have, we speak, I have three transdermal patches on me. 2 are CBD only, and 1 is CBD and THC. And I make
CBD transdermals. Tell me more about those after the session, please.
Oh, yeah. Send me a note. You can buy them mail from the people that make them. It's Mary's Nutritionals. And I can give you a code for a good deal. They're much, much cheaper. They're like, I can get them for $2 a piece for 20 milligrams. And,
whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the ones you get at the cannabis stores are, like double that at least. Sometimes quadruple that.
We can't get our high CBD chocolate bars anymore. No one carries them anymore. They're just gone.
Yeah. Mary's Nutritionals. And I know the people it's Mary's Medicinals, which is a cannabis also company in Colorado that I have a loose financial relationship with. In fact, while we're watching this here, let me just get you the link. I can do that real fast.
Sure.
And remind me in the pit, I should have
just did.
Okay. I should have a code for you. They start at $7, but when you buy packs, like, if you go to 30, they drop way down. And I can give you a code, I think, for up to 30% off. So anyway, that's
very cool. Thank you.
So yeah, we can come back to that. They're excellent. I find that, the ones that are blended CBD THC work better for pain, but those are the ones that you have to buy from dispensaries, and they're much more expensive. So
yep.
I also make my own oil and, either vaporize that or put it in. I do put it in my coffee sometimes, actually, Summer.
I have done that before with the chocolate bars. Throw it in a hot chocolate. Mm-hmm. Works really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cocoa potentiates. Coffee and chocolate are very closely related, as most people know. And, there's some common, what's the word I'm looking for in them? It's not terpenes. It's not, what is the word in them?
Not the cannabinoids?
No, they're compounds, but they're not cannabinoids. Anyway, whatever.
Stuff.
There's similar compounds. They're similar chemical compounds. And so for that reason, cocoa, theobromine, it has a good chocolate with a high cocoa content. THC and CBD and a bunch of those things. Black pepper is part of that loop, but that's the terpene that's in it. All right, so we're starting to squeak back up toward the top of the range, but we're not getting anywhere near where I'm looking to fade this yet. And also remember, we have the press conference coming up, so I'm going to kind of not do anything unless presented with a really crazy good setup. Like if it squirts up to this liquidity up here at 90, I might fade that. It's going up there right now, so that might be worth a quick fade for a few ticks. But right now in here, you can't just join the momentum because it's sweeping back once the momentum ends way too fast. You gotta be going somewhere where you know where you're going and where you're starting from. It's very much that kind of action. There we go. Okay, hang on. Put the coffee down. might be coming up on a potential short right up in here around 90. Let's see. Because, why? It's getting to the thin volume. Again, it might go all the way to '07, and I might have to, take some heat or get out of it. But, it starts getting good odds when the volume drops in the volume profile, and we're getting there. And that's why there's liquidity there. We just traded right through that liquidity. I'm going to fade one right there at 91.5. Let's see if we can get another one higher up at 95 area. We did. Okay. So, and again, I take profits pretty fast on these things. Back to the volume here is a good spot to look for profit, and then maybe might be able to get back to 85 or so. So there's two decent targets. And let's see if we can get another one on. Oh, good. A sweep up is what we're looking for here. That's right on big fat whole number. I'm willing to do this up to about a 10 lot, but I'd like it to pull back a little bit before I get too crazy scaled in. I want to be taking some profits. So that's going to happen in a second. So let's take the first one off for a 4-tick profit and let it shoot down into those if it chooses to do that. Okay, now I just added one more because the momentum started going. There's the first one off. There's the second one off. There's two left. Let's take one more off, and then we'll protect this if we can. We probably can't. No. All right, cool. So that was nice. 4-lot, $175. So we're up to $750. Let's see if we can make it around $1,000 day here, or $1,000 FOMC scalping session. It's not just the days, more than that. So, perfect spot up here. Let's see if we can throw one there. And I'd love to get like 10, but I don't think we're going to. I'm already in the profit there. Let's protect that. Nice. All right, so I'm short from 99 here, and it's flushing down, which is perfect. I don't want to let it get above 97.5. That's the quarter number, but I do want to protect my profits on the way down here. So, this is beautiful. I'm short from 99. We're trading 92.
Yeah, you got a nice one here.
That was a nice runner. Yeah, that was sweet. That was like a $500 runner. I'll take those. Okay. Yeah, that's why I do that. You don't have time wait till it turns to get in because the trade's already going. You have to look where the liquidity is, understand, the nature of the range and how aggressive it is. And the thing that I'm doing, I'm kind of just adding up in my head all the buy and sell action at different levels to kind of, what are we right here? And again, it's something you just learn to do. Just practice. It's nothing magical. There's no indicator you can buy that does this. Okay, here's another good spot. I don't think I'm going to get it. All right, there's one. Let's see if we can get that one. Okay, I'm short again here from 97. Let's protect that at 95. We got filled, another $100. Wash, rinse, repeat. I'd love to see another push up there to 97. And I still got an order at 10. Good luck. Rats-a-ruck, as my dad used to say on that one. Now we're going the other way pretty hard. So this is fun. Flavonoids. That's close, but that's not the word I was looking for. There's some really exactly right word. Whoa, look at this. Okay, so the press conference is starting right now, and obviously it's getting sold, and shoulda, coulda, woulda if I'd kept one from 99 up there. We're down at 70 now, but it was nicely profitable anyway. Let's see what our P&L is now. Looks like we're at 1,000 and what just clinked at me? What was that noise? Oh, my connection just reloaded. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was my data connection reloading. Anyway, here's our P&L. We're at 1,037 before commissions. Let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 4. So at this point, it's about $80 in commissions. So call it around $1,000. Yep, my data connection just failed. It reconnected immediately, and I'm actually running 3 different rhythmics here and CQG and Denali, all at once. So that's why I'm not losing any continuity on anything, but that's what it just beeped at me again. It dropped it again. What's going on here? No bueno.
You decided you made too much money.
Maybe that's it. They are going to stop me from making more money.
They are.
Yes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to restart Jigsaw and Ninja real fast. We'll leave Sierra running because it behaves well no matter what happens.
Sean is saying it happened to him too.
Yeah, it must be a rhythmic thing. Pending order detected. Where do I have a pending order? Hang on, I better cancel everything. Oh, it's the one at 10. That's right. I do have one up there. Okay, did we cancel that order? I can't tell. You know what? I'm going to do that in rhythmic. Give me a second here. Okay, we are flat there, so that's okay. So we can go ahead and just disconnect and let all this other stuff beep at me. It doesn't matter. Yes, I don't care. Okay. Yes, we'll close that. All right, let me restart rhythmic real fast and give it a second to reload everybody's databases. Yeah, I think that might be what might be happening is my cache connections were staying and the rhythmic evals were not, and that's what was beeping at me, and it wasn't. That's why nothing was being impacted, but I kept hearing a beep at my end. So that is not uncommon when it's this crazy during FOMC, for example. Sean, not uncommon at all. All right, let's get our rhythmic running again. Boom. Okay, that's that. And Ninja, which will bring up Jigsaw through the bridge, and we should be good to go. Trade copier loading. This actually performs pretty well given that it's Ninja. Jigsaw, like Sierra, is really slim code, but Ninja's kind of dorky, big, fat code. So I've got it very tenderized and thin, so it behaves well. All right, well, my R trader is fine, so we're back on the rhythmic connection. Let's reconnect to the cache accounts and get Jigsaw up here, and we should be good to go while the press conference is going. Okay, there it is. There comes Jigsaw. I hear beeps for data. We have data. Okay, we are still not. I need to change accounts here. Okay, first let's get this one running. And then let's close that. Okay, let everybody load. All right, now everybody's still loading. Let's close that. Yeah, with flaky connections, I'm not going to trade in my EVA or in my funded accounts. So I'm going to close those too. And let's just trade in my big cash account or not at all. So let's do that. Jesus, look at that move. It just went from 40. Wow. Oh, can you say price discovery, boys and girls? Look at this.
A little bit.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm going to sit on the sidelines for this stuff. This is craziness. Wow. Massive sweeps. Well, that could be why the rhythmic connections crashed. Particularly if you're running with the evals. The evals would have trouble handling this. Yeah.
The paper server always chokes on stuff like this.
Yeah. Anybody that's got an eval account that's trading this is totally insane anyway. It's purely rolling the dice. Look at this. We're getting sweeps that are 20 points. Like, look at that. That just went from 63 to 73 in one bar, less than 5 seconds. Okay, and look at NQ. I mean, you can't even measure NQ. You know what I'm going to do? NQ is probably sucking up a lot of bandwidth, and I'm not going to trade it under these conditions. I'm going to go ahead and shut the NQ down, and that should give us a little bit better smoothness to our data. So what we'll do is that, and then I'm just going to drag this guy out so we get a little bit more liquidity history in ES instead of watching NQ. We still have the tape for NQ, and I still have the footprint, and the fast LRC for NQ and the TPOs. But watching the DOM is a waste of eyeballs there. Under normal conditions, I like trading on the DOM and NQ, but this is, ES is trading faster than NQ usually does. So let's just stay here, and also that should allow my platform to keep up with us. So while we're zooming, because Zoom sucks up a lot of bandwidth. Boy, this is so thin. Look at that. I'm going to bump that up to 3 just so we can try to see if there's any patterns in there, and there isn't. Wow. Yeah, let's look. You know what? I think there could be a really good trade when this settles down. So the press conference goes usually no more than a half an hour. So let's kind of watch for a bit, and then we'll decide how long we want to go. I have a feeling we could get a great close. So if I'm not exhausted and the action continues to be interesting and the platform doesn't choke, perhaps we'll trade through the close here. We'll see, but definitely through the rest of the press conference. I just may not actually do any trading at the moment. So you know what I'm going to do, JVC? I'm going to let that just run and watch it. And meanwhile, I'm going to see if I can send you a code or something for that.
Sure. Go for it.
They're weird. They send me, flash sale, 40% off, tell your friends, and they're very promo oriented. I know, like I said, I know the people whose company it is, and they're very interested in testing how things like that work. So let me see if I can find the most recent one, and we'll see if that code still works. There was a 30% off yesterday, and I just don't know if that one's still going. Yeah.
So it's like the eval space. Just wait for a better deal.
It's kind of like that, except, there's only 1 or 2 providers and they're the leader by far. There's quality. So, they kind of do it to get you used to using them and to get a new customer. You can buy them in smaller quantities at $7 a piece, for example, on Amazon. Sure. And $7 isn't a bad price. That's where I started. And then I looked who shipped them to me and whose they were, and went to their website and just said, hey, can I buy direct? And then, they say, here, go here. So I've actually thought about buying them in, 30 packs and selling them on Amazon, because you could make $6 a patch, which is interesting.
Yeah, at that kind of margin, that's doable.
It is, if you're set up as a seller. I used to be. I used to do that kind of stuff. Look at these sweeps. Wow. I mean, I've never seen that in ES where it's that back and forth across 20 points. That's mind-boggling.
Even for FOMC, this is crazy.
It really is. This is so much more price discovery than FOMC normally is, which makes sense. Again, given the geopolitical situation, it doesn't surprise me. It's just, watching it, it's crazy. And of course, there's some people trying to trade this, which is just insane right now. As you've seen, look, we've done a bunch of profitable trades. See, but you got to do them at the right spot with the right skill set. You can't just say, well, this is a long, or, I'm going to trade 70. Right now, 70 is meaningless. 70 means 90 to 50. That's what 70 means right now. So anyway, okay, let's see. Where are my rest of my patch emails? Let's see. Mary's. There it is. Okay, that one's on the way. Most rated. Let's see where the last one was. See if I can find you that code. I also just fired them off an email. So.
Oh, sorry. Bauer, we're talking about, apparently, I didn't know this, but Jeff informed me that they make transdermal CBD patches.
Yeah, these are made from hemp too, so they're not restricted in any way. Here, I'll post a link in the chat here. Sure. This is okay. So here's the deal. I just emailed them and they actually responded already. They're really good.
Wow.
So here's what they said. They say, if you just go and, when you first go to the website, you register, you'll get one of those pop-ups that will say 25 or 30% off.
Yep.
So just do that, and just don't buy on your first visit to the website.
Right.
But anyway, there's the link right there to those. I don't know if they ship to Canada, but they ship all over the U.S. And again, I know the people that in this company, they're top notch, and these work really well for anything CBD. Pain, inflammation, so anxiety. Okay, so that's that. Let's put this back here. Oh, shoot, I lost my darn asset deployment spreadsheet, or did I? Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Oh, actually, they have a code on their Mary's Nutritionals coupon codes page. 30% off your order. Enter code.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. That's the kind of stuff they will routinely. They'll also, when you ship the first order, they'll put in a 25% off with the first order.
Oh, nice.
So you'll have plenty of opportunity to buy more, but I'd start with like the 30 pack. It's a really good financial deal.
Cool.
And when they come down to, and the other thing you can do is you can sign up for the recurring subscription. They'll take off like another 15%, and then you can just cancel the subscription.
Wow.
they know people are doing this. These things are a high margin product that they're trying to establish a relationship for a subscription. That's what they're
absolutely.
So anyway, but I'll attest they work really well. They work as well as the cannabis-based CBD patches that you can get in the dispensaries, and they're not restricted anywhere in the U.S. Anyway, I'm not sure about Canada, but I think Canada has liberal. Come on, Jeff. What's the other stuff? Hemp. I think the laws are pretty liberal for hemp in Canada as well. It's the same hemp they make rope out of. It has a tiny bit of THC in it, like 0.0001%
residual.
but it's very high in CBD, which is the therapeutic one. And there's a lot of science that suggests that using them together in various percentages is really useful. You'll see like 3-to-1 and 2-to-1 patches and 1-to-1 patches, and that's what I do. I create a 1-to-1 effect. All right, so we're at 80 again. I'd love to see a move into the 90s. I would definitely fade that again, but down here, I could end up off sides at 20 points really fast doing that. And that's not asymmetric. So I'm not going to do it. Even if it looks like in the price action, there's absorption right there. And it does look like that. Looks like 80 is getting absorbed. And boom, as he says that, we trade to 76. So, and then we turn around and trade to 92. So look at this. Okay, here we go. This is where we want to look to fade it up here. Let's see if we can get a fill up here somewhere. Okay, I got one at 97.50. I'm going to look for more further up. That one's already profitable, though, so let's get a target in down there somewhere. Oh, how about at 95? Whoa, not there. It's moving around a lot. Let's lock that right there. Okay, I got my second one. Let's see if we can get this first one off. We did. Oh, wow. I'm not going to try to protect this. Let's just go for 250, and we got it. So that was a $250 two-lot. Fading this move up to 7 again, which was it basically tested the high one more time. Now it just traded 10 and then pulled back to 5, and it's actually pulled back to 1. So again, if you get good entries up here, you can definitely fade this. But if you do it too soon, you will get run over, and you need enough size in your account to be able to handle, getting off sides a bit. Look at all this absorption right here. So let's go ahead and sell another one. See if it catches up. Even if we just pull back to 00 here where that high volume is, that'll be a really nice little. Let's try to get some more. Boy, that filled fast. Jeez. Unreal. I didn't even see that trade at my target. It filled and went right back to where we were trading, and it was another $112. So what the heck? Okay, this is another good spot here. I'd love to see it get me there at 8 and change. Let's try for 7. And then we can try to get another one further up, maybe up here too. Come on. Oh, gosh. I'm right. Boom, we got filled. Okay, let's get a target on that high volume node right there. That should be a good spot. See if we can get filled on some others up here. And I might take one more. Oh, gosh, it just missed me again. There we go. That time I got filled. Okay. Scoot that one way up. Try to get another one. Whoa, nice. Let's see if we can trail this guy down. All right. So I'm short from 13.5. We're trading at 8. And I'm trying to protect it from 10 down. There we go. Let's cancel that one and see if we can catch a big runner. Nope. All right. Well, we got 6 points, but that wasn't a big runner in this context. This is just too funny. Oh, I love this kind of stuff. And now we are up by, survey says, $1,575 before commissions. After commissions, it's about $1,485. No, $1,495. Another good spot right there. Let's get one. Let's try to get one further up. Let's put a target in. How about 7 again? And 7.5 is $100. That's cool. Get some orders way up there. Maybe right there. Look at that absorption. Wow. And it just missed filling me. Ah, gosh. Traded right down there and did not fill me, but we will get another shot at that, I'm sure. I don't want that one. Okay. Nice push up. Ooh, trapped shorts here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Let's see if we can get a nice big one here. Wow. This one's rocking and rolling here. Uh-oh. I'm uncomfortable after 30, but as long as we stay below 30, I'm not that worried about this. But obviously the market likes something about what's happening here.
Yeah.
So we may need to watch this closely here. It's going to take stops out and freak everyone out, and then they'll start selling again in a minute. So if you stay relatively calm right here, gosh, I'm tempted to scale into this big time. Let's go for one more here for now and get a target down there. Okay. There's 30. That's a good spot. Okay. Now it's getting sold again. Let's get another target down there. Yeah, we're a ways off here. So if it goes much farther, I'll flatten it out and we'll try again higher up. But I think this is going to end up working out nicely here. Here it comes. We should get a sweep down in a moment. But we'll see. And, that obviously will sweep into me. There's the first one. Okay. Now it's getting bought again. So don't want to be too greedy here. Or, I'm prepared to let this go past the high a bit, but I want to see how it trades up there before I decide to bail out or not. But so far, this isn't scaring me too much. It's far from my entry, but this action is in a big air pocket. So I doubt it's going to just stay up here, but it might. So let's just watch it. Very tempted to scale in a bit more here, but I don't want to end up with a 10 lot if we go to 50 or something. Nah, right here is key. Okay. That's a nice sweep down right there. Need one more of those. Okay. Another target there. Here we go. It's coming to daddy. Oh, crap. I have somebody at my door. Really bad time for that. Whoever you are, I've got to pay attention here. All right. Let's see. See if there's a way to protect this. There really isn't, because I'm not just going to get out of it if it gets up here, because it does not have the energy to stay up here at the moment. It's getting sold. So
maybe it's just Amazon leaving a package.
Yeah, I have a signature package coming. It might be, but it doesn't look like it. I can't really see who it is. I can just kind of hear it. Here we go. All right, this is coming down to me anyway. So we'll take profits here, and then I'll go get the door. But it's going to take one more big push down. So far, it's getting bought right above me, so it's not getting quite to me yet here. But I think it will shortly. There we go. Now it's coming. And obviously, I'm going to take the first couple off really fast here and lock the profits in. And then if it continues, we'll be in good shape. But now it's going the other way against me. Gosh, it traded right to me again. Darn. Still getting absorbed here. It's just doing it over a massive range, which is why it's taking so much heat to make this trade work. Okay, so whatever Powell said, they liked it. So in the press, they liked the first question or whatever. I never watched those, by the way. That's just too distracting.
Apparently, he promised that we might have a soft-ish landing, and they liked that.
Yeah, like he knows, right?
Soft-ish.
Yeah, soft-ish, right. Good luck with that. All right, we should sweep down into my targets here pretty soon, and then we'll have a couple left. Here we go. Okay. Come on, one more little sweep to the liquidity. I'm where the liquidity is. So there we go. Let's start taking profits. Okay, there's one off. There's two off. There's three off. There's four off. There's five off. Let's protect that one and that one. And boom. All right. So we took profits. That was nice. Nice $200. All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to just go see what that was about. All right. Oh, gosh. I like this level again. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay, let's get a better entry on this idea this time. Okay, I just sold 3 more up here, and I'm willing to take another 6, but it's already working, so let's profit lock it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There's the 3. There's 2 left. And good. Oh, gosh. All right, I'm going to cancel one and see if we can get a good fill on the other one, and then ride the last one down. Ride the last 2 down. Okay, there we go. Let's get that stop there. Okay. So if the bottom falls out, I'm in really good shape right now, but it's probably going to do that and take profit, and we'll head back up. So We're still doing good here. What are we at now? Hang on, need to refresh that. Let's see. Come on, there we go. $2,012 and less about 140 in commission. No, not that much. Hold on, 4 times. Yeah, about 110 commissions. So 1,900 and change. All right, here we go. We're about to get filled again here. I've got an order sitting at 34 and a quarter. It's straight. You know what? I'm going to take one at the market right here. It's struggling. There we go. Okay, we got that one. Let's take profits fast on the first one and see if we can catch a ride down maybe to right there, which is where we got filled before. Let's cancel that. Now, what's that? 42. That's a good spot. Ooh, 40 is a good spot too, isn't it? Okay. Let's scoot that guy up to 45. Okay. So what's going on right there? Absorption, come get me. This keeps happening. It keeps doing within a tick of me. Okay, let's cancel him. There's 40. Okay. Boy, big aggression there. Look at that. All right, I'm only going to take 3 on this one because it's moving around a lot, and that's already a little too aggressive. I really only wanted 2, and it did the same thing. It ran right into my limit order and didn't fill, so I had to take it at the market, and then it filled the limit order, so I got one more than I wanted here. But again, I'll take profits pretty fast, and we'll see if we can catch the elevator down. God, look where the VWAP is. It's way the hell down here. At, what is that, 75? So just for fun, if we do get going, let's leave the last one on here with this setup. So we'll just take the first 2 off when we can get them out profitably. Oh, this is a good spot again, isn't it? Left some stops right up there. Yeah, let's take one more. Okay, so I'm going to try to take 3 off quick, and then if we have any potential for a runner, we'll try to get it. But right now it wants to go up again, so I really don't want to scale into this too much more. I might. Let's see what happens up here. We need to get a flush down pretty soon, and we should, but this is trading just purely based on whatever's being said right now, which, it's going to overrun directions and then snap back, unless it's just really great news, which I doubt it is, but who knows? We'll see soon enough. There we go. That's the kind of sweeps down you want to get. Okay, that's the selling in earnest starting. So let's see if we can get these first 3 off. God, it just came down to me again. Didn't quite get to my targets on that push down, so I might be a little early on this move up. For that reason, maybe you should get another one further with 50s here. Yeah, that's pretty far away though. Gosh. Yeah, right in there. Yeah, that one might end up getting filled. Let's see. Probably not, but got a decent amount of energy going to the upside now, but we've had these great sweeps down, so this looks like it's going to hang there for a bit. What's happening there? No unfinished business. No price rejector, a little bit of stops evidence right at the top. So probably got a little more to go. Come get me, will you? There you go. Come on, right there. Okay, I just dragged that down to fill it. Let's see what we can do with the 5. This has gone farther than I thought it would, but I still not horribly worried about it. Let's see here. There's some more absorption right there. Let's see if that pukes up or down. Here we come again. God, the sweeps are good, but they're not quite getting to me. I'm not being aggressive enough is the problem. Let's be patient. I think this is such an extension here. Odds are we're going to come back down to this high volume node, which is way the hell down there. So just got to be patient for it to play out. Here it goes. Okay. Again, a larger position would have made that nicer, but I don't want the added risk. So that's right on me again. It traded right to me. I'm going to get one off here pretty fast. Let's, what do we have? 5. Yeah, let's get these guys off quick. Bounce again. Okay, come on. There's absorption. Okay, that should hold that level or puke up, and it did. Okay, right back down. Good. As long as this spot holds, we should continue to retrace back into here. There we go. Come on. God, it's teasing me over and over again. It keeps like trading right to me, or just, trades my limit, doesn't fill. There we go. Okay, we finally got a fill. Thank you. Okay, let's get some of those off. Okay, I got 2 of them off quickly. I was shooting for a third. I didn't act fast enough. Here we go. And I still want to keep one of these for a possible move all the way back down. So let's just get 2 more off here. That's the liquidity. Let's go for like right there. Whoops. Did that one fill? Gosh, these are happening quick. All right, so I still have 3 here from 41.75. I'm kind of trying to get out of all but one of them and just keep one up here, just because it's so much potential in the other direction that at some point I think we're going to revisit. I mean, look at this. The nearest high volume node is down at 10. So okay, let's get that one off. Gosh, this is the 8th time it's done that to me. Look at that. It traded right on my limit and it got down to number 7 and didn't fill. I mean, I'm doing exactly where all the big trades are also, and that's the big traders are positioning. And again, I tell you guys over and over again, that's the market's way of telling you you're in exactly the right spot, but it's nonetheless, it's frustrating. So, don't just move because of that. Understand, you're in a good spot. Okay, here we go. Now it's coming back. Like to get 2 of these off in the profit down here and then let the other one run. So let's get another order in because it's behaving like this. And then we'll still have the one left. Oh, gosh. Well, now I'm lightened up enough that I can scale into this up here again if I want to. So that might not be a bad idea. There we go. Now they're coming to me finally. Okay, gosh, got to chase them though, you little bastards. Pardon my language. It's just moving so fast. All right, I want to get one more off here so we have one left, but I'm not hesitant to add more if we push up again. So we'll do both of those things. There we go. Come on. Right to me again. Literally to the tick. All right. As my mentor used to say, that's the market's way of telling you that you know what you're doing. And that's true. Look at this 2-way trading here. It's going to break really hard out of here, probably both ways. So if it breaks up, we'll get filled on that, and then we can take out 2 of the 3 on the way down or 3 of the 4, depending on how many we have. And we'll keep one just for fun here on the short side. Just, for a move back into the range, which may not happen, but it's a decent bet. Okay, this one should fill this time. Come on. You want to fill me up there. You do. Okay, gosh. All right. How about there? Still can't. There we go. Now I got the darn fill. Okay. Now 3 out of 4 off quickly, and we'll try to catch a runner again. Looks like it's going to go up here. There it goes. Okay, there's 50. So half a whole number. 42.50 has been in play for a while, by the way. That's a pretty significant half a whole number. So I'd be really surprised if we got a lot above it, but we certainly could. Stuff happens. Remember, if we get a really, really strong directional move here into the close, that's what is likely to be reversed tomorrow. And that would be a really interesting scenario if we had, a big positive move up and close really strong based on whatever he's saying, and then we have a move down tomorrow. That would be normal. Okay, here we go. Now we're seeing some aggression on both sides again, but to the downside. So again, let's see if we can get these first 3 guys off. And doesn't want to give me much on these, though. It really is battling here for both ways. If you're playing it either way, you're in a battle. Okay, that's absorption on the the buy side. So that should push us down unless we get above this. That's pretty significant absorption right there. But if we can get above it, it'll squirt up to 60 pretty fast, I think. What are we up here? We are up 74, 1.7% in ES. So that's a decent amount. All right, come on, let's push into profits here, and then we can see if we can catch a runner or just take all four of them. I might just take all four of them off down here because it's not dropping hard enough to make me happy. Ooh, that was a good sweep. Look at the liquidity forming right around where I am. I wouldn't be stunned if we have a sweep down right into that liquidity that gets bought. And for that reason, I'm going to scoot these guys up, try to get all three of those off fast. There it is. That's what I was looking for. God, it was fast. Okay. I still only have one. Okay, that's what I want. Jeez. Okay, I can't get even protection in there fast enough. Okay, so we're profitable. I have one left. It just failed. All right. I was trying to catch a runner there. I couldn't, but we put another $250 in the bank. So what the heck? I'll take it. Yeah, Summer, we're at, here, I'll show you. We're at $2,125 since roughly the session started. I did 2 test trades right before that, but all these happened since 11 o'clock. So just disregard those bottom two, the 25 and 37. So we've had some really nice winners. I had to take some significant heat. But again, if you're going to do this trade, you have to be prepared to take some heat, or do it in micros where you'd have to take heat too, but it would be less dollars. But you really have to be, mindful of the sum of the order flow. You can't just look at levels or the short-term momentum. Obviously, you have to look at that too, but this is kind of the next level where you're really assembling what you're seeing. For example, there was massive absorption up there around 50, but I had to take like $1,200 of heat to get into that 4 lot and get some nice profits. And it's impossible to do with a 1 lot well because it's just moving too fast. So you can't even try this unless you can do multiple lots. And it makes a lot of sense to play if you're disciplined to play with like 20 micros this way, or as you saw with me, I'll do it with up to 10 minis if it's really if it's doing what I'm looking for. And so today it's not doing exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm doing like 5 or less, and that that means you get 4 ticks on 5. That's a really nice quick chunk of profit. And you have to go negative. The old R to R thing doesn't make sense, but no sophisticated real traders use the R to R approach anyway. The market doesn't work like that. You always have to take a little more risk than you're looking for in your profit, because that's the nature of scalping setups. If you're trading structurally, sometimes you got to take a lot of heat. But if your idea is valid, then then that's the risk of that idea. And if you can't stomach it, then don't trade that idea. It's that simple. Okay, so this is probably a good spot to start wrapping up. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of good action between now and the end of the session, which is about 55 minutes.
And this has been, I think, the longest FOMC you've ever done. This is phenomenal. Yeah,
I decided to, we're having fun. We're making money. We're seeing some good setups. Actually, this is another good setup right now here. Let's take one more there and see if we can catch a runner down like that. Oh, gosh. Let's see. What's a good target? How about right there? See if we can catch a nice 5-pointer.
Yeah, are you long or short?
Short. It's just taking its time to fill in the profit correctly.
Oh, okay. I was like, why does it say you're going into loss? What the
heck? Here. No, I'm not. Here, I'll go ahead and take it off at $100 right there. Boom. That was a $100 bill. So
nice.
Yeah, sometimes Jigsaw does that until it has time to recalculate. And and interestingly, there's a few things like that it does. It sometimes screws brackets up too. But one of the things I've learned using it, excuse me, over these 6 years is it doesn't screw up the big stuff. The only things it sometimes screws up are little things like that. Like,
and don't sweat the small stuff, right?
Yeah, you don't sweat the small stuff. Exactly. Oh, man, why am I coughing suddenly?
Wrong tube?
I think so, but yeah. All right, so let's see. Yeah, this is still a very interesting spot, but I'm starting to run out of steam. So let's wrap it up. All right. So if you're if you're TRG, lots of good stuff coming up. The Thursday and Friday sessions, we have Friday NFP, which is also open to the public. If you're the public, that starts at 5:15 my time, Pacific time, 7:15 Central, and then we'll follow that with the usual TRG sessions. So this has been fun. Thank you all for coming. Are there any final questions or comments? Thank you, Summer. Appreciate you.
Glad you were here, Summer. Good to see you.
Always good to see you. All right. Thank you, everybody. No, I don't see any other questions. Cool. Thank you, Charles. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening.
Good
Remember,
stuff. See you, Jeff.
One other quick comment. If we close with this pattern, the odds are overwhelming that we will go the other way tomorrow to the downside. So remember that.
That's typical FOMC too, right?
That's that third pattern that is, it's really reliable. And the only thing you got to look for is you need a big move one way. And if you do get it, odds are that basically it's like the market gets a hangover and then the next day wakes up with a hangover. It's like, oh, wow, we went too far.
What were we thinking?
And you can see that happening right now. You really can. I just got to take another one here at 53.75. And it's already, let's get another $100 bill out of that and wrap the session up on that. Yeah, see, it's getting the P&L a little bit wrong right at first. See in both directions.
Yeah.
That's weird. There we go. We're about to get our $100 bill. I'm about to try another one here right there. Let's see if we can get a 2-lot up there. All right, so we're going to do one more trade here. We'll either take about 62.50. We'll take 5 ticks or we'll add one, whichever comes first. If we add one, then we'll go for double that. I think it's going to, there it goes. Look at that. It traded past me and I didn't.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's really weird.
This is live cash though, right?
Yeah, this is real money. Yeah, that means there was limit orders there that were just bigger than me, here's the detailed answer. When that happens, that means I had a limit order. Remember, the Q is always estimated.
Right,
and
that's true.
There was an iceberg in there that was ahead of me and wasn't showing all of his size.
And it refilled.
And he refilled, yeah. And so it traded right through there, like 50 traded. I was number 7 in line. I should have traded. But that shows you a really good example of the weakness of the Q. And all platforms do it the same way. It's estimated. And so, yeah, that was a really good example of that.
I always forget that's estimated and I get really hooked on that's my number. And not really.
But it is useful to see, how it goes up and down as, stacking and pulling and whatnot, particularly in a real account, a cash account, because you're seeing actual real orders, So, All right, guys, that will wrap it up on that one. It was depth of market. Okay, Charles. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Well, we threw another 62.50 in the pot. So 23.87.50 before commissions. And let's get an exact number here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 18, 20, 28, 31, 33, 37. So, do the quick math, 150-ish. So we made about 22, 25, call it. That was fun.
Not a bad day.
Not a bad hour and a half, right?
Exactly.
All right. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you bright and early in the morning.